Welcome back to another Warframe video, and today I want to show you guys my top 5 favorite Warframes you might also like. If these are your favorite Warframes in the game also, make sure you comment down below if these are. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy my top 5 favorite Warframes you might also like. Enjoy the video. Rhino is a number 5 Warframe on my list because he's a very strong capability and a pretty defensive Warframe, I would say, but he's more of a support Warframe. So when I say defensive, he has an ability called Iron Skin, which protects him, and it's a strong built Iron Skin, like let's say Man of Steel, but not really, because his Iron Skin can be destroyed. But he's a really good Warframe because he has abilities like Roar, which he can like spread out, give it to his allies, which increases everybody's melee attacks and everybody's weapon, just basically weapon buffs. Everybody gets a weapon buff if the range is long. And he can also use an ability called Stomp, where everybody gets, repelled in the air, and they also take damage while getting repelled in the air. And it's just an amazing ability also because it takes out a lot of enemies, of course, if you build it for strength. Now, definitely Rhino, I gotta say, if you don't have him yet, you need to go pick him up. He's a really good Warframe, defensive and a support Warframe. And if you don't have him, go pick him up as soon as you can. Even if it's Prime or regular, still get this Warframe. Frost Prime is number 4 on my list because he's also a defensive and support Warframe, and I also think he's way better than Gara, which they always try to compare the two, but sorry, I think Frost Prime is definitely better, or regular Frost, does not matter, is better than Gara, because she's also a defensive and a support Warframe. But I gotta give it up to Frost because he has abilities like Snow Globe and Avalanche, and those two main abilities are abilities that people use daily, and I use it all the time, especially when I'm on like a excavation mission or a defensive mission, or if I want to go on a survival mission and protect my allies, then I'll use Snow Globe. And also Avalanche is a good ability too because it freezes everybody in your area. If your range is long, it'll freeze everybody, and also they will take high damage, of course, if you build it for strength. Now, definitely you got to give it to Frost because he is a really good favorite Warframe of mine, and he should be yours too because I'm sure you guys use him a lot. He's so reliable for defense, and I gotta say, definitely Frost is the best Warframe for defense. Not most of the times, but he mostly is for half of that part. Definitely. Whether he is Prime or not, Anaros is a really good solo Warframe, and that's why he is number 3 on my list. Now, Anaros can do amazing abilities and no other Warframe can do, and this starts with the number 1 ability, and it's called Desiccation. And what it does is Anaros throws sands in people's eyes basically, and it blinds them, and that's when you can do a finisher on them. You can throw a sand behind them, but they won't take that, of course, go blind because you did not throw it in the eyes basically. But once you finish them off doing the finisher, you steal their life, their health, and that's when you gain more health from doing that. And that's a really good ability because you're stealing people's health while you finish them off. That is actually a really good ability. Number 2 ability is Devour, and basically he throws sands on people and start devouring them up. He eats them, and then once he's done with that, they become an ally to you in sand form. So that's another great ability. It's useful too. Third ability is Sandstorm, which you obviously see right now, and basically he just starts twisting into this sandstorm, and it'll get people, once people are in range in the sandstorm, they start twisting and stuff, and he devours them as they go. stealing their life and their health, and that is another great ability that you guys should definitely use. And the last ability is called Scarab Swarm, and what it does is that he creates a sand scarab around himself that protects him from any enemy fire or hits. It's basically an armor, and it does pretty good, I guess, but I'm not for sure myself. Also, you could throw this scarab at people and it'll like link to other different enemies and start devouring them and stealing their life and health. And that is another great, really good ability that I have to say is pretty good, especially when he does the Scarab Swarm, which builds armor around him, and I think that's mostly a good ability, especially for him. So I would say definitely pick up Anaros if you don't have him. Pick up Anaros Prime. He is now available. That is definitely better than just the Anaros whatever original. Of course, it's buffs on there, more health, more energy, and guys, he is amazing. Make sure you pick up Anaros Prime now. This Warframe was going to be number 1 on my list, but I had to put it as number 2 because somebody else deserved number 1. But Protea is number 2 on my list because this is a really good solo support and a defensive Warframe. And I know she's a new Warframe, but definitely had to put her number 2 as my favorite because in my opinion, I think she's the best. Now, she has really good abilities like Grenade Fan, Blaze Artillery, Dispensary, and Temporal Anchor. Now, if you don't know what these abilities do, Grenade Fan is a two cycle grenade that if you guys tap on the first ability, it'll create a shrapnel vortex, creating a slashy staggering swirl of shrapnel, which that is really good, as you guys saw. The next cycle is if you hold down the ability that casts this Grenade Fan shield satellites, it creates a shield of satellites swarming around you guys, and it'll give you buff shields, so it'll increase your shield capacity, and it's honestly amazing. Blaze Artillery, as you see right now, it deploys an artillery unit of blast plasma charges at enemies it faces. Each enemy hit increases the power of subsequent plasma attacks. So that's really good. I love that ability. My favorite ability by Protea. Dispensary, of course, this dispensary, pops out of. It's a device that basically generates 3 pickups after a short delay. It drops orbs, health, energy, and ammo. So that is definitely a useful ability in Warframe, I have to say, but by Protea also. So that's honestly, I love that ability also. Definitely is another great ability. Temporal Anchor drops a anchor which shortens duration of Protea's implosion. So basically, she can stop time. Once she's in Temporal Anchor, she starts to slow down and everything, creating duration longer than ever. And then once that duration is up, she rewinds back to wherever she started from. That can save your life if you use it correctly, guys. Make sure you move fast, because if you're in a survival mission, you can die. So, but that is another great 4th ability that I have to say is by Protea. Now, if you don't have Protea, make sure you go pick her up. And one more information I have to say about Protea is that if you see that yellow bar and if it says 100% ability strength, that means that is an extra ability strength that will be added on to your next ability you guys cast. And the way to build up that ability, that bar, if is you keep casting more abilities, and it'll build up that bar, and then on your next ability you cast, it'll grant you guys 100% more ability strength. That's what I also love about Protea. So if you don't have Protea, make sure you go pick her up as soon as possible. Nova is the #1 Warframe on my list because she is the most used Warframe I have used in the game, and also she is a useful Warframe to me anytime I need her. When I'm upgrading my weapons at a defense mission, she is always useful to me. Now, she's also useful for interception missions and defense sometimes, but I usually use her for defense missions and interception missions that she's really good for. Now, she also has really good abilities like No Star, Antimatter Drop, Wormhole, and Molecular Prime. The most ability I use from Nova is Molecular Prime because it primes all enemies in a radius with volatile antimatter. So basically, they slow down with this antimatter, and once you have finished them killing the enemy, it explodes. The enemy explodes, and then it creates a radius of explosion. And if your ability strength is really strong, it'll explode. Of course, if your ability range is long too, it'll explode, keep exploding nearby enemies, and it'll explode to the next nearby enemies, and that's how it works. So definitely, I gotta say that's the best ability by Nova. And I gotta say, definitely, if you don't have Nova, make sure you go pick her up. And she is like the most Warframe you gotta use to your best ability when it comes to interception missions and defense missions. So definitely give Nova a try. And of course, if you have the chance, make sure you go pick up Nova Prime. Prime is way better. Well, there you have it. Those were my top 5 favorite Warframes you might also like in the game. If you guys enjoyed this video and these are your top 5 favorite Warframes also, make sure you comment down below and make sure you give this video a like and make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow me on all the social medias down in the description below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, guys. You can always hit me up. Let me know I'm doing these videos. Let me know if you want to see the next video or future video discussions, or you guys can always DM me. You know I'm here for you guys. You know I love y'all. So make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.